live from Los Angeles. I'm Joy Taylor, here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning, guys.
Hi, Joy.
Good morning, Joy. How you?
Good.
Man, J.J. Redick make me sick. Hit that three-point shot for what?
Joy, you know what I need to get me? I need to get me a goat mask because I am the greatest of all time at making bets with my partner across the table. I won another case of Diet Mountain Dew because you gave me 4 points. I tricked you into giving me 4 points, and
back.
JJ saved me.
Exactly.
Hey.
I'll get them back. I'm going to get them back.
How many back do you have to get? Is it up to 10 now?
I'm going to get you back.
Are you?
I'm going to get you back in the finals.
Joy, I want to point out, he always makes the bet.
No,
I don't.
No,
I don't say anything.
No.
I
asked for
it's
points.
a little more complicated process by you, Skip.
I let you sucker me in to give you the point.
A little needling there, and then eventually he just
give me 4
gives
points.
in.
That was why. What happened last night is why. Once upon a time, I used to bet real money on these games. That's why I don't bet. Because that's just wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. It's just wrong. But it happened, and I won.
Yeah, you did.
Thank you.
So today it's right.
Yeah. Way to go, Shannon. Thank you.
That's the last time you're going to win today, though. I bet you that.
Oh.
Yeah, I bet you that.
Well, good morning.
I'll be the judge.
Let's start with a classic NBA playoff game. The Celtics eliminated the process last night and will now face the Cavs in the Eastern Conference Finals. Jason Tatum led Boston with 25 points and hit the go-ahead layup in the final minute. Then in the final seconds, Joel Embiid missed 2 shots at the rim before losing the ball out of bounds. There was clearly some contact, but no foul was called. The Sixers had one last Hail Mary chance at the end, but Marcus Smart intercepted Ben Simmons' inbound pass to seal the win. So, Shannon, what happened last night?
2 things happened. First of all, the officiating happened. Skip, I got a problem with the officials calling 72 shooting. The 2 teams shot 72 free throw attempts.
Okay.
In the last 32 seconds, they swallowed the whistle.
They did.
Skip, that last play, that was a foul on Joel. They fouled Joel Embiid. They fouled Jason Tatum the series before. But Skip, you can't do that. Now you understand why LeBron doesn't drive the ball. Because you know why? They're going to hit him upside his head. They're going to hack him. And they're not going to call a foul. And then LeBron going to get mad, put them mitts on somebody, get thrown out the ball game, Joy. Go curse at the officials at the end of the game. And then, Adam Silver might have to, have a talk with us.
So he should shoot 1 foot, one-handed,
Shoot him!
fall away.
Like he does.
Yeah.
Like he does. That's why he got all those clutch buzzer beaters more than somebody else we know. But we're not talking about him just yet.
We will.
Skip, that notwithstanding, Philly blew this game again. Skip, Philly could have easily won this series 4-1. They had a 4-point lead, Skip, with 2 minutes left. And then I don't know what happened. Sorry, either that's a charge or that's a blocking foul on Smart. It's one of the. It's not a play on, Skip. It's not.
That was some serious contact.
Yes. So it's either a charge or it's a foul on Smart. It's not a play on.
Whistles swallowed.
Yeah, you can't. After you don't let them shoot 72 free throw attempts, you can't swallow the whistles now. But Ben Simmons, bruh, as great as you can possibly be. And Skip, if you think about it, the dude can't shoot outside of 6 feet. And he still basically averaged 16, 10, and 8.
He did.
In the playoffs.
Yep.
With no jumper. He's going to have to get better. Joel Embiid, you're 7'2". You play too much outside. Bro, you got to get down on the block. Just because you have 3-point range, that doesn't mean when you're 7'2", you should hang out there. Skip, he shoots entirely too many jumpers. And he makes a few, and then, like you say, LeBron falls in love with the 3. If he hits a 1 or 2, that's what he does.
He does.
He hits a couple of outside shots, and now all of a sudden, he don't want to put his back to the basket. They blew this. Give the Celtics credit. Like I said, what makes the Celtics so good is because you never know. Jason Tatum is getting better and better every time. Every time I watch him, Skip, he's getting better and better. Al Horford did what he did all year. Rozier, when coming in for playing for Kyrie, he's played well. But the Sixers blew this, Skip. You know they blew this series.
I do. Times 10, I do. Because I picked the Sixers. Well, by the way, you picked the Sixers.
I did too.
The series. We were both in 6 games. And I thought that the Sixers lost that game last night more than Boston won it.
Absolutely.
I thought the Sixers lost the series more than Boston won the series. And last night and through the series, the Sixers had countless opportunities to close deals they could not close. Now, whose fault is that? I'll get to that in just a second. But I'm going to point out that in Game 2 at Boston, the Sixers had a 22-point lead and blew that. That's a big lead, man.
Like 4:37 left in the half.
Yeah, if you're that good, if you're a team that, by the way, from February 6th through the first round series against Joy's Heat, they were on a 31-6 roll. That's real. That showed you had arrived.
Yes.
And I kept saying they have arrived, I thought, a year ahead of schedule, and then they reverted back to who they were, back to the babies they were. And then in Game 3, you know and I know what happened. Bellinelli just didn't quite get his feet set as he fell back and out of bounds and made what looked like a 3 for a second that would have won Game 3 in Philadelphia.
Correct.
And you know what happened in overtime? That they're up in overtime, up 4 with 1:05 left in Game 3 at home, and you can't close that deal.
You got to close that.
Okay.
We have the two best players in the series
you have the
on
two
the
best,
court.
Okay, and now speaking of those two best players, last night I thought the Sixers had turned the tide with about 9 minutes left in the game, and they finally kept saying no, 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 and at that point I thought they were starting to get in control of the game. So with 8:17 left, they're up 2 points. And Joel Embiid has the ball in his hands and takes one of those shots that you're talking about.
Yes.
It wasn't the 3 yet. It was just some crazy fall away. Like, what are you doing? And he proceeds to come down 3 straight times with a 2-point lead. 3 straight times, and the one was a 3, and then the third shot was another one, like trying to win a letter and horse. And I'm saying, Joel, what are you doing? And then the 4th trip down, the game is tied, and Ben Simmons tries some crazy dipsy doodle shot that doesn't even hit the rim. And I'm saying, you can do better than that. Both of you guys.
Yes.
You're better than this. You're the 2 best players on the court, and you can't figure out how to get at least a more high percentage shot than that? I mean, that was just pathetic.
Not in a game like that, Skip.
Yeah.
Maybe a regular season game, you want to do that. But a playoff game, you're facing elimination. You don't win, you're going home.
You're going home. And then back to my man, J.J. Redick. He did win me a case of Diet Mountain Dew, but he lost this game on the scoreboard with 1:11 left. An amazing thing happened. No, not the turnover.
Okay.
He wound up with a wide open 3. And the best thing Boston does to Philadelphia is they contest threes. They were the #1 team in the league on defending the 3,
Right.
and they're just all over. Like, they couldn't even play Bellinelli last night because he couldn't get threes off against Boston.
Right.
He couldn't create his own 3. So Redick winds up, as we're seeing, with the ball in his hand, wide open, kick from McConnell. That's the first wide open look he's got.
Right.
And he leans across the line like doing the broad jump, almost like he's jumping at the basket, and he short arms it and shoots it a line drive that hits the front of the rim. I hate to say J.J. Redick choked on the shot because he's made a lot of big shots, but he wasn't ready to be wide open, and then he tried to sort of like force it in the basket
Like
instead
LeBron
of shooting
watching the
it.
free throw.
It was kind of like that, but it's like, just shoot it. Just go right up and stroke like you
Because
do.
he had hit a 3 earlier, Skip, about 2 minutes
Well, he
earlier
was
in the corner.
falling away.
Falling out of bounds.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's all he was getting for most of the night, and he made the one at the end.
Right.
Okay, I get that. But that one, with 1:11 left, that puts them up 5 if that goes in.
Yeah.
Help me out. I mean, could they hold a 5-point lead with 1:11 left in that game? I think
No.
so. I don't know. Maybe
No.
not. Maybe
because
this
they had a
team can't.
4-point lead with 1:09 in
Okay.
game 3 and lost that.
Well, I still would have liked their chances a little bit more. And then we get to the moment of issue here, which you brought up, which is 12.5 seconds left. Joel Embiid gets Aaron Baines. I'm a big Aaron Baines fan because he grew up in the San Antonio organization, so he learned to play the right way. But he's got no reputation. He gets no cachet with the referees.
No.
Usually, Aaron Baines can just breathe on Joel Embiid in that situation, and he's going to get a call, right? Get the foul call. And Joel Embiid has him in the low post. He's got him.
Yes.
And he goes up the first time. Maybe he wants to shoot it with his left hand next time. I don't know. But it's a foul. It's a body foul. And here's my theory on this. Do you realize Joel Embiid went 1 for 6 in the fourth quarter last night? He had the one incident where he shoved Aaron Baines and got the technical foul, and he's bitching to the refs constantly. I think the refs finally just got sick of him and said, okay, just you do it by yourself then. If you don't like the way we're calling it, we won't call a thing.
Right.
You play. If you can make that bucket right there, which, by the way, should he make it through the foul? Yeah, he just should make it.
He had a couple opportunities, Skip, to get and ones, and the ball just lipped out for him. And, one time he throws his hands up like, what do I got to do to get the and one?
Well, he got the offensive rebound there, and he still couldn't get it back, and then the ball bounces off him out of bounds, and that was no good.
But Skip, the thing you look at the Celtics, Jason Tatum, the mistake that I think a lot of people make and a lot of players make, that they have to do more in the playoffs than they did in the regular season. Normally, if you do what you've done, if your guys do exactly what they did in the regular season, for the most part, that's good enough. You look at Jason Tatum. He played the way he played in the regular season. So did Horford. Aaron Baines gave him something that they didn't expect to have. He gave him 13. Jaylen Brown, 24. Rozier gave you 17.
He did?
What about Covington for the Sixers?
I don't know.
Skip, he became unplayable. A guy that was the number 2 or 3 rated small forward as far as defense in the NBA. He plays D on the best team's best opposing player. That's a 3 or 4, and he can make timely threes.
Yep.
Skip, he was a no-show. He averaged about 12 points in the regular season. He was down to 6. He started the first 3 games, and then they couldn't start him anymore, Skip, because he went ice cold. Ilyasova, averaging 11, averaged 3. So that's 10 points right there, Skip, that they normally have. Boston got from their players what they normally get. Philly did not. Joel Embiid played well, even though I thought he played too much outside. Ben Simmons was basically 16, 10, and 8, but Covington and Ilyasova were no-shows, and that's the difference in the ball game. Your guys have got to show up, and that's all I was saying about LeBron, the role players for the Cavs.
Yep.
If you do what you've done in the regular season, that should be good enough. Hood, if you just give us those 11, not 2, not the 1, that's good enough.
Not the complaints, not the no-show, not the...
Oh, not going to basketball game, during the game. It's late. It's trash time. You see the way you've been playing?
Yeah.
Oscar?
Yep.
They start calling him Oscar because he should hang out the trash can. Because the game been trashed the last month.
It has been. I can't disagree with you. But with the Sixers, to put them to bed, they had every opportunity to win. And what was missing was that Ben Simmons needs to take it home because he is the quote-unquote point guard. If, in fact, he's the point guard, he has to just say, no, I've got this.
Right.
I'm going to put us in position where you can't come back on us from down 22 or down 4 with a minute left or down 5 with a minute left.
Right.
And to me, I think even though they met their mental match with Brad Stevens and company and all those athletic bodies and they play so hard and so smart on defense, and they just said to Ben, I'm sorry, we won't let you in the lane. If you get in the lane, you're going to score. So we're just going to try to keep you out of the lane because you're useless out there.
Correct.
I didn't see him initiate, organize, sort of conduct the orchestra the way LeBron can as the point guard. When LeBron's playing point guard, it will work because he will get them all in positions. He'll get the snipers in positions, and LeBron at 6'9" can see over everybody. Well, so can Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
But he doesn't seem to organize and orchestrate the way other point guards can, and they don't get home.
Right.
Because I don't think he's a point guard. Like when T.J. McConnell was trying to get them set, it would work.
Right.
And by the way, T.J. McConnell made the pass from the baseline that got J.J. the wide open 3 that could have iced the game at that point.
The thing is also, we look at Ben Simmons and we look at Joel Embiid, we say they can be the next Magic Kareem. But Magic, that was an anomaly. Because if you look at Shaq and Penny, first time we went to the playoffs, they got swept.
Yep.
It's not easy. So maybe we were progressing them much further along than what they should have been. Maybe this is what, and I get it. They were projected to win 40 games. They won, 51 ball games. And then and they were playing well going into the playoffs. And maybe we fast-tracked them a little ahead of schedule. Maybe this is where they should have been. But when you look at the games and how they lost these games, and how Boston won the game, one team down the stretch failed to execute. The other team, in every situation, they executed.
They did.
So that's the difference in the ball game right there, Skip. But Joel and Ben are going to have to understand. as the two best players in a situation like this, you two got to take the game over. You got to take the game over.
Which brings me to next year, which brings me to an issue I will give you the first crack at. There have been lots of reports. There was a report around the All-Star break that some representative of LeBron was in the Philadelphia area checking out the school system for LeBron's children. And what do you think? After what you've seen from this team, would it be a good fit or a bad fit for LeBron to wind up there next year?
Well, the reports are that he wants a situation where he can play off the ball. My sources, and I do have sources, Joy, say LeBron has not even broached that subject. He's worried about what's going on currently.
I could see that.
I think his series is going to determine
maybe
what LeBron is ultimately going to do. Because I believe his his first priority would be to stay in Cleveland. I don't believe LeBron. Now, will he leave? He's left before. Once you do something one time, it makes it a lot easier to do that same thing again. I believe he would really like to stay. Can they attract a big name guy? And how high is that draft pick, that lottery pick, going to be? It's a first overall pick. Man, you can package that. You can get something really special.
Yeah.
You can get something really special. And so, with that being said, the Sixers do look enticing.
They do.
7-2 Embiid.
I agree.
Got Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
But when you really think about it, Skip, what else? I mean, can we count on those guys? Saric? It'd be like, hold on.
I like Saric. Yeah.
Saric. He got JJ Redick and JR, who's a little taller and plays a little better defense. You saw Covington. You trust Covington? Covington actually is playing no better than Hood in this situation. So when you really, they have two better players than what the Cavs have. But when you really look at this overall roster, I don't think Philly's any better than LeBron.
So
supporting cast.
I'm with you on this. Will be dictated by what's about to happen. I believe that the Warriors will beat LeBron and company in these finals in 5 games again. I think it'll be same time next year from last year.
Okay.
If that happens, I think LeBron will sit back and say, if I want to stay in the Eastern Conference, I have to go to Philly. And again, it will be dictated by him looking at his roster, and maybe nobody comes up big at all. Maybe Rodney Hood stays at the end of the bench, and he says, I just don't have enough here.
Right.
I need to join forces with those two kids who listen, LeBron would be just what the doctor, as in Dr. J, ordered for this team.
Well, let's just say for the sake of argument, Skip, the ping pong gods.
Okay, well you got to, I don't know that. That's a big X factor.
Yeah. What if they got the #1 overall pick?
Maybe.
And they went to San Antonio. They said, San Antonio.
Maybe.
Can we have Kawhi? We'll give you the #1 overall pick.
It could be.
And so that means you don't have to really give up. Maybe I don't know, would you have to give up Kevin Love in that #1 overall pick for Kawhi? But if you could keep Kevin Love and LeBron and Kawhi, I think that would be
okay. That would work. But what are the odds they're going to land the #1 pick in the draft?
Well, the last time they ordered, they got Kyrie. They was supposed to be get the 8th.
Yeah.
Be the 8th team to select. And so who knows? I mean, they gotten really lucky, Skip. I mean, you look at their history. They got Brad Daugherty #1 overall. They got Braun #1 overall. Kyrie, Andrew Wiggins, and Anthony Bennett. They got 5 #1 overall picks in the last 25 years.
Yeah, the owner kept sending his son, remember, and he kept hitting the lottery.
He's going up there again.
Okay.
I don't care if he's 40 years old. You're a good luck charm. You're not a kid anymore, but you're still going up to that podium.
I still say if you give LeBron James at age 34 in his 16th year, a coming-of-age Embiid, a coming-of-age Ben Simmons, let LeBron run the point.
Right.
And you have, listen, J.J. Redick is a dead-eye shooter. He's better than J.R. over time as a shooter.
Is he better than Korver?
It's close. It's close. I mean, J.R. is a starter, and Korver's a sixth-man type, even though he's been starting.
He's been starting. And the thing is, Korver is bigger than Redick.
Yeah. He's 6'6" to 6'7". 6'7"? Okay. So you have a Bellinelli, who to me is one of the deadliest. He is a clutch shooter, and I assume they can keep him for next year. So if you give him Redick and Bellinelli as potential snipers, And Covington comes and goes. I don't know. Last night
You got to go.
I ripped him on Twitter saying he drives me crazy because I was rooting for the Sixers. And about a minute later, he hit a three. And I said, I love Robert.
But let me ask you, Skip. I like the Cavs bench better than the Sixers bench. With Clarkson, Nance Jr.,
All right.
Jeff Green. I like that bench way better than Philly. Like I said, Philly has two better players, Simmons and Embiid. But other than that, no, they're not better than the Cavs.
I know, but those are aircraft carriers, man. Those are like nuclear weapons potentially.
So
both of them.
Ben Simmons going to be able to shoot better from because how does LeBron drive and kick it to him?
Okay.
What are you going to do? Kick it back to him?
I don't know, but if you get him in pick and rolls where he's rolling to the basket, he can do that.
Yeah.
He can dunk it, man. And around the basket, he's got like he made a couple of
Not that one last night. I don't know what he was thinking.
I don't know either. But again, you said what is he 16, 10?
16, 10, and 8.
Yeah. And plus he's smart. LeBron likes smart, high IQ players. And if you get him the ball in the post, he can kick it out.
Right.
So I think LeBron will look hard at this. I just think it's sitting on a silver platter if he wants to stay in the East.
Well, LeBron's going to be sitting up there when it's working out. When Ben Simmons is working out, he's going to be sitting up there. Okay, let me see. That jump ain't progressing like I thought it would.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it enough. All right. I'll see y'all later.
Well, so where's he going? To the Lakers?
Nope.
No.
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 San Antonio?
Nope.
Nope.
Miami?
No. No. We done with y'all.
Houston?
We done. Huh?
Houston?
I'm happy about it. Our first choice. You know, because I will have a little say in this. Will be to remain in Cleveland.
Probably is. If it works out. But again, if you get humiliated in the NBA Finals by Golden State, you and your man might sit back and say, we need some more help.
I mean, look, LeBron would have to play out of his mind. I mean, with the way the Warriors are playing currently, actually they're playing better right now than they played last year.
That is correct.
So, yeah, we have our work cut out for, but I wouldn't bet against LeBron. I can't bet against LeBron.
I think you will.
No, Skip, I can't, because I know what he's capable of. Ask Indiana. We know what he's capable of. We know.
Indiana scared you so bad that you gave the Raptors 2 games.
Yeah, I gave him 2 games.
Wait, could we make a quick early bet on the finals?
What?
If I take Golden State for a case of dew?
No.
Just Golden State straight up.
No, because anything can happen. I mean.
Anything can happen? You just said you got old Bron.
Kevin Love might,
He's fine.
No,
he's fine.
You know
he's been playing
You know
all-star
he made
basketball.
a paper mache.
You know. I just want to know who your sources are. Who knew? Shannon Sharp had sources. A few sources.
Yeah. Magazine.
Oh.
Source Magazine.
Source Magazine.
Well, the Celtics now take down the Cavs in the conference finals. We'll discuss that next.